Est forwartina Eorðburg, beneath them Pitta, then on of Collingbourne and west, up to them heathen and Burialsan, then on Shortenditch, thonner to Sheldon Crundler, then on to Preston Leapen, then on Long Gren and Dina, on their Foxhollow westward, then on Bread and Berge, thonner on Blerian Hula, then on Will Berchtesgaden.
The logic of going down where I did to try and find that stone was because the boundary goes straight from Broad Barrow and then hits a road, and you probably have to tell whoever's in charge, whoever's following it to take a different direction. So you'd need a direction, and that's, so that's why I thought it might be there. But I don't think that small stone is the Will Berchtesgaden. So let's go down to Falstone Pond and see if we can find that Falstone.
On Will Berchtesgaden's were forth all hairpathers, and Drunes then on Guðredesburg north the weird, thonner on Penderscliff, then on Blerian Hula.
That's known as the Hera Path.
This might or might not be true. Grundy thinks that the Hera Path goes down this particular branch, but I think it carries straight on, and the reason for that is this here. Harepath Farm. That name is a remnant of Harepath. This is Burbage, and this is Collingbourne, and this is the boundary between them. They both have Anglo-Saxon charters. Here we are here at Falstone Pond, and here is where I thought I might find Will Berchtesgaden, but I didn't. I may or may not have done. And here's Bradenberg, the Broad Barrow. Over here on the boundary is Penderscliff. So a remnant of a name, Harepath, for a farm tells us that a Harepath went past it. A Harepath, Hera is no longer an English word, but in the Anglo-Saxon period meant army, and the Harepaths were always through roads, sort of like A trunk roads or motorways that went long distance, and Harepath started to mean highway rather than army path. It's certainly wet enough here to gather water, but the pond on the map is here.
I couldn't find it, but I hardly ever do find the stone. There's a lot of some concrete lying about, rubble, no stone. You have to be significant enough for people to know that they are where they think they're supposed to be. So anyway, it is the place name still exists, which is amazing in itself, because a lot of names have disappeared from medieval times. There's another option. It might not be a stone at all. It could be Falstone, Tun, which means Faller's Farm Estate. There is a barn there. The hell is... That can't be medieval. Something written on it. On the map, this byway is marked as the Marlborough Road. It's not much of a road anymore. I would guess that's 18th century. I'll have to have a look at the what do you call it? The heritage environmental record. I don't think that's medieval at all. I wish it was medieval. We are at the bottom, if you can see down there, where that barn is. We're about 200 yards from where I would think the Falstone should be. But, wow. It can't be. It's I mean it's a nice surprise. I'm going to if nobody's done a rubbing of that, I need to come back and do a rubbing and see what's written on there. I can't make it out. There's a lot of lichen on there. Lichen and subscribe. This is Guðredesburg, and it means the fortified settlement of Guthred. That's in the Collingbourne Saxon Charter, and in the Bedouin Charter, and another charter which I can't remember the name of at the moment. It is called the Eorðburg. And that means earth fortified settlement, so it's got earthen ramparts. And these sort of references in the Saxon charters enable us to look through the eyes of the anglo-saxons, the people who came before us. We're much closer to the people who built this. It was built in the Iron Age, somewhere between, say, 200 and 200 BC to 0, AD. And the Iron Age people, the Anglo-Saxons, are much closer to them than we are now. Perhaps there is something useful to know about that time, though. Not for a second do I think the Iron Age owner of this was called Guthred. But it enables us to act as anchor points to identify other things in the landscape that we want to find, like the Falstone and Guðredesburg, places, objects like that we'd really like to find. And so when we find things that we know where they are, we can then narrow down the search for those things that we are really interested in. Nobody knew of this place, this Iron Age hill fort. It wasn't originally on the map, but it was in the tithe map. It was called Crow Down Ring, Now, the word ring should have rung alarm bells to any antiquarian and should have come up and had a look. It is, I can see the ramparts. It's not particularly big. It's quite clear from here that it's there. You can see it just there. So it's worth mentioning there are still things, even up to quite recently, that were unknown that we can find. There's still a place for antiquarians to find things. Like in the last video, I'm pretty sure I'm the first person to photograph and name the hermit stone. So so that makes, you know, 4 things in 300 odd videos I've done. I'm pretty sure I've made 4 discoveries. So there's things still to do for us. So you know, get involved. You know, look at old charters. Have a look at the LiDAR and all this sort of stuff. Have a look at old maps and see if there's anything. Oh, there's plenty of flints and so on to find. Old medieval and Roman, especially Roman pottery, are quite easy to find. So so anyway, yeah. So I'm at the end of my walk. I'm going to head back now. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Ta-da for now.